Hello, my name is Iftin, and I am a makeup hoarder. Yes, it's true. I'm a makeup hoarder. I buy things and then I don't use them. Actually, I'm not just a makeup hoarder. I hoard a lot of things. I have a real problem with shopping and stuff, just owning stuff. I realized that in a very difficult way when I tried to move all of my stuff for the 7th time in 7 years. Isn't being in college and grad school fun? All that moving. It's wonderful. I have a lot of stuff and I love my stuff. I love it. I love it all. I don't really want to get rid of any of it because, well, I'm a hoarder, so like I physically can't. It's like painful for me to get rid of my stuff. But the problem that I have started to encounter with especially my makeup hoarding is that I buy so much and then I don't use it. I will get it. It brings me so much joy just to have it, to open the packages and be like, yes, I love this. It's beautiful. It brings me happiness. And then I put it in a drawer and I never look at it again. Literally, never look at it again. It's crazy. I was going through my things as I was packing up to move and like starting to unpack, and I have so much stuff that I have never touched. Literally never touched. So in this video, I am breaking out all of the makeup that I bought last year for the holiday 2017 collections, and I am finally going to put them to the test. I'm going to put them on my face. I'm going to play with them. I'm actually going to use what I already own. So if you want to see what I have hoarded from last year and see how I got to this look, maybe, this could be a little bit of a throwback. It's possible that some of you guys have this makeup too. It has been out, obviously, for a year. Some of it has been re-released. Some of it was like special edition, limited edition, but a lot of it actually is still very readily available. Like you can get your hands on most of this stuff that I'm using to this day. So if that sounds fun, let's just jump into it and let's just go down the makeup hoarding rabbit hole together, okay? So just come with me. Let's talk. Okay. We're here. We are ready to play with this makeup. I just yes. I was going through the boxes of makeup that I have still yet to unpack from my trip and kind of pulling out things. I was like, oh, this was from last year. Oh, this I picked up from last year. Oh, this was like, from the holiday collection. I was just pulling out all these things, and the amount of holiday makeup I bought last year and never used is literally insane. It is crazy how much I have here, and I have used probably out of that entire bag maybe 5%. There are a few things that I have used, and that's it. I have not used any of this other stuff. Like, I have just been sitting pristine, untouched, unswatched, lipsticks, eyeshadows, everything. I have not used so much of this makeup. And even the things that I have used, and there are a couple, like I'll show you as we go through, the few things, like little things here and there that I have used, I've used them maybe a handful of times. Maybe, if that. A lot of things, it was like a one-time use only. Couple things I like kept in my drawer and was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use this on a regular basis, and then never did. I don't know. That's why I kind of wanted to start doing this, because it's like it will force me to sort of shop my stash in a way. I have a lot of things, and I have a lot of great things, and if I'm not using them and enjoying them, like, what is the point? What? Why do I keep all this stuff? Why do I have all this stuff if I'm not going to use it and enjoy it? So I am going to play with all of this holiday makeup that I have never tried before. So I'm really excited. I'm going to start with my eyes, and I have not one, not two, not three, not four, 5. I'm going to use 5 palettes. I actually have more than that, but I'm really only going to use 5. I'll start with the 2 palettes that I'm not going to use today. So these are the Naughty and Nice palettes from Kylie Cosmetics. These are the palettes that I actually have used. So here's the actual packaging. It's really pretty. It has this kind of like soft touch velvet on both of them, so it's Naughty and Nice. I really enjoyed this Nice palette. I thought it was really great. I mean, it was actually, I think a lot of people liked it because they did bring this palette back as a permanent collection to the Kylie Cosmetics website in like new black packaging or whatever. I really love this Drummer Boy shade. It's kind of messy because it's one of the ones I have used. Blizzard is an awesome shade. I believe they now sell Blizzard as a single from Kylie Cosmetics. It's pretty. They're swatched on the back of my hand. Like, look at that. It's such a cool, like, iridescent purpley brown color. I love Blizzard. So this palette I do really like, and I have used a couple times. Not a ton, but I have used it a couple times. But wait, okay. Should I just expose myself? Should I do it? Should I expose myself? Okay, I've already, okay. This whole video is about exposing my hoarder habits, so I might as well lean into it. So this is the palette that I have used, like I said, handful of times. I have a backup of this palette. I bought a backup. I bought a backup of not only this one, of the Naughty palette too. I bought backups of both of these. Like, it's just insane. It is insane how much I have. The reason I bought a backup is because like I messed up this jingle color and I got this like green in the jingle and like I can't get it out and it was driving me crazy and it's because I like didn't want it to be messy. So that's why I got this one. And then I bought a backup Nice palette because I actually do like this palette. Has any of that inspired me to use these palettes more often? No. No, it has not, but I have them. Anyways, so these are the 2 eyeshadow palettes that I have used from the collection. And then I have a whole bunch that I have not touched, not swatched, not done anything with. So I'm going to start with this bad boy. This is the Morphe Dare to Create palette. This is the 39A. When this first came out, this setup of the shadows having the big pans and then all the small pans was like really revolutionary. Everyone's like, whoa, that's so cool. Now this is like old hat because of, you know, the James Charles palette used this same setup and design. But at the time, this was a really interesting setup. It was really cool. So this is the original with the original packaging from the holiday collection. They have since, I believe, re-released this as part of their permanent collection, I believe. Has some pops of color. Has some brights. I have other palettes, you'll see what they are. So I'm gonna start with just these browns. I'm gonna use these 3 brown shades. I'm gonna use Canvas, Sunder, and Define Me. Oh, well first I'm gonna prime my lid, so I'm gonna do that. My MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I'm gonna go into the shade Canvas and just start popping this into my crease and onto my brow bone. You know the drill at this point. Cool. Now I'm gonna go into Sunder, which is a slightly darker shade, and just kind of focus this a little bit lower than where I put Canvas. There's not a lot of color difference there, really. They look very similar. Oh well, that was probably a little bit of a pointless step, especially because I'm gonna go in now. I'm gonna take a really pointed pencil brush and I'm going to go into the shade Define Me, which is this really warm brown, and pop that right in the crease. Is this going to do anything? Nope. Okay. Well, these 3 shades all look basically the same, which now, having played with this palette, I do kind of get James Charles's criticism that the idea of having the bigger pans of the most used colors was really interesting and exciting, but these colors are also similar. It feels a little bit redundant and unnecessary, you know? So I now, having actually used this palette, I get where he's coming from with his like idea of creating his palette. So I think I have to say I kind of appreciate what he decided to do a little bit more. Oh, should I have zoomed in for this? Maybe. Okay, let's zoom in. I didn't even think about that. Oh, jeez Louise, what's wrong with me? There. Now can you see what I'm actually talking about with these colors? Before it was like, girl, you just have a bunch of brown on your lid. We can't see anything. Okay, here's just with canvas. Let's start there. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What is wrong with me? For the next palette that I purchased and never used, we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. So this was the palette that was the holiday release from last year. Kind of like most Anastasia palettes, purchased it, looked at it, and put it in my drawer and never used it again. So this is a really interesting color scheme. It was released not too long after Subculture, and I do think it's cool. It's edgy, it's different, not what I would necessarily associate with a holiday palette. So with this palette, I'm going to start by going into the color Saturn with a pointed pencil brush. And I don't know if it's going to show up. This was my original plan for this look, but I don't know if it's going to really work. But I'm going to just press this onto the brow bone. Yeah, it might be a huge mistake what I've been trying to do with using all these palettes. It might just look like a muddy mess. But we're gonna try. I mean, to keep calm and continue blending, and we shall see how this looks at the end. Okay, that's actually nice. I'm now going back into canvas mixed with the shade, the lighter shade next to it, Bare, and again blending out that really dark kind of red color. Okay, as if, you know, this wasn't enough. Which obviously it's not, because I have 3 more palettes to use. We're going to go into this one. I actually did not buy Becca's holiday collection this year. I bought the Chrissy Teigen collection, but not the official like holiday collection. It was like Volcano Goddess or something. I thought it just seemed like kind of boring. This, on the other hand, screamed holiday, Christmas, winter. I loved the packaging. It's really big though for what you get, to be completely honest. Okay. Real secret here. I bought this on sale after Christmas because there was no way. There's literally no way in the world I would pay full price for this, because like, look at how many shadows you actually get. Are you kidding me? You get 7 shadows. 7 shadows. They're all shimmery and they all just like kind of look the same. Like, yeah, it's pretty. Mostly it's the packaging that I really enjoyed. But like, you gotta be kidding me. 7 shadows, and this was like something like ridiculously expensive. This was like stupid expensive for what you actually got. So yeah, I'm glad I did not pay full price for this, but I have it now because I do think it's pretty. So I'm gonna go into this dark brown color called Hot Cocoa, and I'm gonna put this into my crease. I know it's a shimmery kind of satin shade, but I'm just gonna go for it. Because honestly, I don't know how else you'd like use these shadows. If you really had this palette and were trying to like get some good use out of it, what were you gonna do? There's not a lot of choices here. They're all shimmery. You gotta try to put something in your crease. Well, that's actually not looking so bad. It's kind of subtle, but I do notice it just ever so slightly kind of deepening the crease and making it just a little bit browner, as opposed to like all of the really warm red tones I got going on right now. I'm taking this on a Morphe M433, by the way. BT dubs. So now that I've got a little extra brown, I have so much fallout, I don't even care. This is what I do. I've really just been, I like doing my eyeshadow first because it can just allow me to be messy. Now I like that brown that we just got in there, but I need a little bit more. So I'm going to go into Parallel back in the Prism palette. Taking this on a very small pointed outer crease brush and working this into the outer corner of the eye. Why do I always start with my bad eye? I don't know. I guess I like to make things difficult first and then like have them work out later. I don't know. I should just start with the good eye. But I never do. I always start with my bad eye. At this point, you just gotta keep going. Gotta blend until your bad eye looks good. Or at least until it looks not quite as wonky. I am going to go back with a little bit more Saturn just to make sure we can see the red. So this is looking like a mess, like a straight up hot mess. But don't worry. Okay, worry a little bit. I'm a little bit worried, but I think we can fix it. I think I can make it good. So I'm just gonna clean up all of this fallout. We're gonna see what we can do. I have a plan. The plan may not work, but I do have one. See, it's already looking better. Just compare the two. This side looks like I know what I was kind of doing. This side looks like, oh girl. All right, so now that I have cleaned up my eyes, they don't look quite as much of a hot mess. They still look like a little bit of a hot mess, but that's okay. We're gonna deal with it. I'm going to go in and I'm going to do a cut crease. As if I couldn't make this any more complicated or challenging, but I thought cut crease is a way to use more shadows from more palettes. So that's what we're gonna do. Wish me luck cutting my crease. Okay. I am now going to go back into the 39A. I'm going to take the color Artistic. This guy here, it's kind of this like dusty, grungy, goldish. This one. That one right there. I'm going to take it onto my finger, and I'm going to put this on the outer portion of this cut crease that I just did, okay? Just when you thought, wow, this girl really can't do anything more on her eyes, I'm here to tell you, you thought wrong. Because when it comes to glitter and it comes to holiday, more is more and more is better. Baby, I am going in to this shade Eternal, which is this beautiful gold copper color on the inner part of my eye. It's going to be beautiful. I just have to have faith. Oh, that's like so disappointing. It's there slightly. I mean, you can see the difference between the more antique rusted gold and this brighter kind of coppery color. It's just not the color payoff that I was really wanting from this shade. Let me try again. I'm gonna go in with a dry brush. This brush is a little bit wet. Let me dry it off. Do Anastasia shimmers do that? Do they get hard pan on them? I've not used them enough to know. Okay, so I took it on the brush. Now I'm gonna wet it. It'd be nice if I would hit it. I never hit it. That's why I always spray twice, is because the first time my aim is so bad, I never hit the brush. Just a secret. Oh, there's glitter. Oh well, that's fine. True fact. Okay, wish me luck. Fingers crossed. We're trying this again. That's it. That's better. That's what I wanted. Do you see that? Do you see how much brighter that like copper color is on this eye as it is on this one? This eye is just not there, but that's what I wanted. Yes. Yes. Well, if you thought this was as crazy as the eyeshadow could get, the most colors, the most shimmers that I could possibly pack on my eyelids, well, you thought wrong. Because you forgot about Fenty! Yes! This is the Fenty Galaxy palette. Never used it. That's why I didn't buy the Moroccan Spice palette. I know, I can constrain myself. And I didn't buy very much of the holiday collection this year because I bought all of the Galaxy collection and I never used any of them. I have swatched a few of these shades, but I've never actually put them on my eyes. So, today, fellow makeup maniacs, is the day. I'm going to take the shade Mars on Fire. And thankfully these are kind of top coat colors, so I'm just going to take them with my finger. And I'm just going to pack this on over everything that I've got going on. This actually was my plan all along. Usually I kind of sit down and just sort of wing it when it comes to eyeshadow. I'm like, I'm gonna do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it's kind of the Amelia Bedelia approach to eyeshadow. Not today. Not today. I had so many palettes and so many colors that I kind of was like, I could do anything. Like literally could take this eyeshadow look anywhere, use all the browns and then just any of these colors and it'd be a completely different eyeshadow look, that I felt so overwhelmed. I kid you not, I sat down and I planned out what I was gonna do. I swatched so many eyeshadows. Look, here's a little recreation. Actually, it looks kind of accurate, just like a messy glob. I am exposing myself left and right here. But that's all. Okay, that actually is all that I'm doing on the upper lash line. I'm not kidding. I'm actually not kidding. I have a bunch of more steps for the lower lash line, but that actually is my last step for the upper lash line. So I'm gonna go do my foundation and we will be back for some more fun. It just, for you it'd be pretty much instantaneously. For me it'll be a couple minutes. Okay, I am back and I'm looking crazy because I just did my concealer and foundation. Because I have something else that I'm going to try out. Of course, obviously this whole video is me trying out new things. Duh, Iftin, get it together. All right, these are the Custom Effects Enhancing Drops. I have tried the glitter version of these, but I've never tried these. This was a gift set that I got last year. So I'm gonna use a couple of these as a liquid highlighter. I think I wanna use, based on the eye look I have going on, which, see, I told you, it looks much less crazy now that I have other things. But I'm going to go into the colors Rose Gold and the colors Moonlight. I'm going to mix them together because they're called custom, so I'm customizing the shade. Okay, 1 drop of each. Well, now that I have a nice little mixture going, I'm going to take just the tiniest little bit on my finger and tap this onto my highlight location, my highlight zone, highlight area. I don't know what it's called. What do you call this part? The place where most people put the highlight. A little on my brow bone. Just blend this in with my fingers. That looks pretty. Okay, cool. Cool. Well, it's kind of a lot more subtle than I thought it would be, but I do see some luminosity. You know, I think it'll be good. It'll be a nice little base for what else I got going on. Because I do, spoiler alert, I have a lot of highlighters coming up very soon. All right, I'm gonna go finish up the rest of my face. I'm gonna powder and maybe fix my brows a little bit, and then I'll be back. Okay, well, in addition to the multitude of eye palettes that I have from last year's holiday collection that I never used, I also have a pretty sizable stack of face palettes that I also have never used. So I'm looking pale as all get out. I guess it's wintertime appropriate. And I want to do something about that. So I'm going to go in with, this is the Becca Après-Ski face palette. So this is the companion palette to the eyeshadow palette that I have. Although I feel like this one, I mean, it's the same, oh, beautiful, beautiful packaging. Look at that. This one actually I feel like is a much better deal. Still got it on sale, but in here you get 3 highlighters, 2 blushes, as well as a bronzer. And I think this is just in general is a little bit better deal than that like dinky eyeshadow palette. Same beautiful packaging, but better deal. I also have this guy, which I forgot about. I bought it because it's beautiful. I really loved Tarte's holiday collection last year. It was all like the Moroccan themed and oh, so pretty. Kind of don't really want to use them because I really just want to have them on display. But I think I can wash them and it'll be okay. Well, that one looks like a foundation brush. I'm gonna take this one. I have no idea what number it is. They don't say. It looks like it could kind of be a bronzer brush. It's wide but sort of flat because the ferrule is kind of pinched a little bit. So I am going to go into the bronzer shade called Bronzed Bondi. I believe it is an existing shade for Becca. So in the shade we do have Bronzed Bondi. We have Opal, which is an existing highlighter shade. And then we have Blushed Copper. Then we have Rose Quartz, which is another existing highlighter. Icicle, which I think this is a new shade for this palette, and then we finally have Winter Berry, which is a blush. So I'm gonna go into this bronzer shade and hope for the best. So you can see this added a lot of color as opposed to this side that's got nothing. Ooh. Ooh. Looking in like the farther away mirror, I can tell I need to blend a little bit better. Oh, honey bunches, what have you done? You know what? I actually really like this bronzer. It just goes to show, like, try the things that you buy. Use what you have. This is a plus. I'm gonna keep this out. I'm gonna keep this palette out. I'm gonna use it. So I was actually really tempted to use the blushes in that Becca palette, but I have an entire blush palette. This is the Tarte Blush Book. Oh no, this is the Tarte Blush Bazaar. So this is all a bunch of different shades of the Amazonian clay blushes, which are some of my favorite blush formulas. So it's really cute. I like that it's round. This is a cute one. This is one that I have used maybe a couple times, not very often. So you have a fair number of different shades in here. It has this little like divider to keep them separate. And then I think you also have 2 highlighters. This one, Whimsical, as well as this guy, which is Worthy. So I'm gonna take this blush because it's like kind of a dark, rosy blush, and I kind of want to stick with like the darker colors on my eyes. So this is Endless. I do like the Amazonian clay formula. So, ooh, that's pretty. That's really nice. It's a nice shade. I wonder if they sell this one as like a single blush. Let's finish up the eyes before we move on to the highlighters and the lips. So for the lower lash, I'm going to try to keep it a little more simple than everything that happened on the top. I say try. Although Yoda would say, do or do not, there is no try. I can't do a Yoda. That was bad. That was really bad. Okay, whatever. I'm going to go into Saturn in the Prism palette, and I'm taking this on a really, really tiny angled brush. This is a Luxie 131 mini angled brush, and I'm just going to very lightly tap this under the lash line. Now I'm going to go back into the Après-Ski palette, and I'm going to take the shades Hot Cocoa, which I used before, and I'm also going to take this guy, which is a little bit of a lighter brown, called Toasted Marshmallow, and I'm going to use the 2 of these to blend out my lower lash line. So right about now, you're probably saying, Iftin, I thought you said you were going to use 5 different eyeshadow palettes in your look. But so far, you've only used the same 4 over and over and over again. So, like, what gives, girl? Well, you ask and you shall receive. I got the last palette here. This is the MAC Snowball eyeshadow palette in the gold color scheme. Honestly, I know why I haven't used this. Oh, I just lost the brush. Because this looks just so boring. This looks so boring to me. So I am going to take this last shade in the palette, this like really dark one, and I'm going to use this as my liner for this look. So I'm taking this on a flat definer brush. This is my Alamar. And then I think I'm going to take this on my lower lash line. Remember when I said I was done? I'm not. I'm going rogue. Okay, cool. So that's it. I'm going to go back in the Fenty because I actually really like this. So I'm going to take the what color? It's called Sunburst, which is this like gold color, and I'm going to put this on my inner corner. I'm going to take this on a flat brush because I think this will just work a little bit better with these kind of dry Fenty shadows. Oh, it's there. I just wish that it was like my Trophy Wife. I'm going to drag it down on my lower lash line too. You know what I'm saying? Trophy Wife is so blingy and like in your face gold. I love using it as the inner corner highlight. And this is just kind of, I don't know, it should be called Pyrite. It's not really gold, it's Pyrite, fool's gold. I am now going to break into another little gift set. And this is something, these are things I actually have used a fair bit. And these are the Stila little gift sets. So this is the Shimmer and Glow as well as the Glitter and Glow gift set. And then this is the 3-piece Glitter and Glow gift set. Now, these I actually have used. I have used these a fair bit over the year. And I'm actually going to use my favorite one, which I don't know, maybe is cheating, but for the colors and the eye look that I have going on, I really think this silver, which is called Diamond Dust, is going to be the best because it's not going to add a ton of color or pigment. All the other like glittery eyeshadows in these sets specifically are a little bit more pinky, and I don't really want to go for that color. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this Diamond Dust and just pop this on the inner corner and on the lower lash line. All right, and there we have it. Just a little extra something, a little extra glitter, kind of lightened up that inner portion of my eye, and I think it looks actually really, really pretty. So, can you believe it? I'm actually like done with my eyeshadow. So this is the Better Than Sex mascara, and it's like a little one of the mini trial sizes. These were pretty inexpensive if I remember correctly. Ooh, this is a very large brush. Oh wow, I love this mascara so much. Oh my gosh, I love this mascara. Oh, I'm really feeling my eyes now. There was a moment, there was actually a lot of moments where I did not think this eye look was going to come together. Oh, but honey, let me tell you, this mascara, it pulled it together. It made it work, honey, work. Yes. So basically all I've got left is lips and highlighter. I mean, more highlighter. So I also do have this little guy from the MAC Snowball collection, which is so cute. I actually gave this to my mother for Christmas, and she uses it all the time. I, of course, have not. But it comes with a highlighter and a brush. I'm not going to use this brush because it's too pretty to use. And then here's this highlighter. Are you ready for this? If you thought the MAC Holiday Collection this year was beautiful, look at the inlay on this guy. Look. I mean, I die. It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. So this is not getting used. No, no, no. I am not using anything in this gift set. I am going to continue with my hoarder ways and not use them. But you may wonder, why did I buy my mother that gift bag for Christmas? Well, because here's the real secret. I continue to expose myself. I took the highlighter out of it. Yes, I did. I gave her the bag with the brush, but I took the highlighter out of the set because you only got this highlighter in that set, and I was like, I have to have a backup. So, I've got a backup. Now this one I have not used. I swatched it yesterday, and that's the first time I've literally touched it, even though I bought it as a backup. And then I also have this guy, which this one is my backup because this is a product that I have used. Now this is not the Extra Dimension Skin Finish like the other highlighter. This is actually the Opalescent Face Powder. So the imprint is not quite as intense on this guy. This is the Opalescent Face Powder. So see, the imprint is not quite as intense as you have on this guy, which is the Extra Dimension Skin Finish. But I love this powder. I put this on first as kind of like a radiant kind of powder, and then I'll layer other highlighters on top of it. So I'm not using this one today because I do have one that I have used quite a bit in this last year, but I can't find it. It's packed up in a box somewhere. I could only find the backup. But I am going to go in with this highlighter. And I'm going to take one of the Tarte brushes. This looks kind of like a highlighting brush. I feel so, even though I know this is a backup, I feel bad. Okay. Okay, let's put this on. Okay, calm down. I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. I'm going to look even more crazy than I already do. Because guess what? This is not the only highlighters I have. If you were paying attention, you would have seen a sneak peek. Yes. Both of the Jeffree Star. What are these called? Not Supreme Frost. That's the new ones he just came out with. Skinfrost. These are the Skinfrost Pro palettes. So these I have used both of these. I've only used them a handful of times. So this is the 24 karat palette. It looks like it's been used a lot more than it has. Really, I was using it for the mirror and I accidentally dug my finger into this color, so it looks like I've used it a lot more, but I haven't. I think my favorite shade in this whole palette is probably Sarcophagus, which I think was most people's favorite shade because he then came out with this color as like a single. It's pretty. I like this palette. I think I get a lot more use out of this one because these are kind of like, you know, darker colors that I tend to go for. I like gold highlighters. Then there's also this guy. And this is the Platinum Ice palette. This I really honestly have only used a handful of times because like it's just so light and so different for me. But there's one shade in here that I love. And it's this one. It's Canary Bling. It again, it looks, which would I swatch the other on? This guy. It looks white, and then actually it's gold. It's a very, very light gold color. So pretty. So beyond gorgeous. So as if I didn't have enough highlighter on already, I'm gonna take Canary Bling. Oh, I forgot to do a brow bone highlight. I meant to. I had it planned. I don't remember which palette I was supposed to use with it. Oh well, I'm gonna use Canary Bling as my brow bone highlight too. It's really pretty as that. I'm gonna take a little ice cold as well. And I'm just gonna pop this under my brow bone. Look how intense that is. Do you see that? I love going in with a really intense brow bone highlight. And then taking a kind of clean brush and just blending it out and diffusing it. There we go. Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you see how I just look like so glowy? It's ridiculous, but that's pretty. It's pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And I wonder why I look a little crazy in photos. I was trying to explain the other day to my 94-year-old grandmother what highlighter is. Because she used to sell makeup. She used to sell this brand called Beauty Counter. Yeah, no, I'd never heard of it either. So I was trying to explain. I was like, this is like a new thing that you have not probably heard about since your Beauty Counter days. And so I was like showing her and swatching. So she likes highlighter now too. Okay. I think I look crazy enough. Let's just do the last set, which is lips. And I have literally so many lip products. Yep. Ton of lip products in there. I have a couple lip product sets. I have this guy from Smashbox, which I thought was cool because it has this like mattifying thing. I have these little minis from Tarte. Mostly I liked the packaging. Then I have these. Not use these. Oh, here's some Jeffree Star. I think I swatched these. Okay, here's the rest of the Jeffree Star. I don't think I got all of the liquid lipsticks that he came out with last Christmas, like I did this year. Have you seen that video? I'll link it above. Check it out. So out of these, I have tried Christmas Cookie maybe once. And then I do have to say that this is actually my favorite lip combination. I wore it to a holiday party last year, and then I've worn it a number of times since. But it is Santa Baby mixed with Poinsettia. So Santa Baby is this really pretty red color. It's kind of a purpley red. It's gorgeous. Yeah, it looks patchy. I know. It doesn't go on the best, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. For our purposes, it's fine. It's fine. Then you take Poinsettia, which is a red metallic, which I'm not a fan of metallic, but these are really nice. And you mix it just in the middle of Santa Baby. It's gorgeous. This is my favorite red lip combo of literally all time. My favorite red lip is Santa Baby and Poinsettia. So I'm not going to wear this because this is what I do actually wear. Out of all the lip products I have, these are the two I wear. I know. I'm such a hoarder. It's a problem. It's a real problem. More Fenty Galaxy collection. Here are all the glosses. Here are all the Fenty lipsticks. So I am going to use one of these glosses. I'm going to use the shade Spacesuit. And then I'm going to crack into the, not the sugar palette, but the spice palette. And I want to go into this color here. This color is Clove, which is a matte, kind of reddish brown. But I think with this eye look, it'll actually look really pretty. Oh. I forgot. I have too many things. I forgot. I'm going to go into with my MAC Patrick Star lip pencil. This is the color Mahogany. So, did you guys remember that his first holiday collection came out with lip pencils? Yeah, I didn't either until I found these. Who else tried to line their lips with their eyes closed like Kylie did and failed miserably? Yeah, that was me. So this Mahogany is a lot more red than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be more brown. Oh well, let's just hope it works. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with Clove. Oh, that matches pretty well. That actually matches nicely. Alright, we're looking nice and mattified. I'm now going to go in with the Fenty Galaxy Gloss. So this is a really cool color because it's a little bit duochrome. In person, it looks like a little bit of a champagne-y gold color, but on camera you can tell that it's picking up a lot more like red. So it has like this cool kind of like gold, reddish, purple, pink duochrome shift, which I think will actually be pretty cool and will complement the lips as well as the eye color pretty well. So let's go on to this. I've used the Fenty glosses, but I don't think I've used this one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's everything. I love this lip combination. This is really pretty. Wow. Actually, I kind of am loving everything on my face today. I don't think I tried a product that was bad. Except that one like kind of like coppery shimmer from Anastasia. That one wasn't great. But everything else actually, like, I mean, my £1,000,000 of highlighters are coming in full force, but it's beautiful. They don't look chalky, they don't look chunky, they look really just like melted into the skin. I'm super into the blush, I'm super into the bronzer, and I'm really digging this eyeshadow look, which I know looked cray-cray at the beginning, but now, let me tell you, I'm really into this look. It might be a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. I piled 1,000,001 different products all onto my face today. This was an interesting experiment to try to force me out of just my like comfort zone or just the couple new products that I try. I know I have a problem when it comes to buying makeup, to hoarding things. It is a problem. I recognize that in myself and I'm trying to work on it, but I think this was a really, really great way to force me to play with some more things that I have not tried, and I have been sitting around for literally a year. 1 year ago, I bought all of this stuff, and then there it sat. It sat in drawers. It sat, you know, with the other eyeshadow palettes. It just sat. Not being used, not being loved, and now that I have used it, I love it. I love it even more. I don't think there was anything here that I didn't like, and honestly, I know I just scratched the surface with all of this. Like I used one lip color. There are 4 more that I have not tried. In this giant palette, I used what, 5 shadows? 5? Yeah, I used this one, this one, this one, this one, and that one. So I used 5 shadows. But look, this palette is huge. It's gigantic. There are so many more shadows in here that I could and should be using. And that's why I kind of want to do this makeup hoarder videos every once in a while, because it will force me out of just my comfort zone, my go-to like OG faves, to really force me to try different things. Try the stuff that I already have. Like obviously I purchased these things because there was something about them that really spoke to me, either the color story or the packaging, or you know, just I bought them for a reason. And so this is going to force me to actually use them for a reason. And I think I have rediscovered some amazing things in this collection. So this was fun. I hope you had some fun playing with some makeup. I'm curious, do you guys own any of this stuff? Did you buy any of it last year? If you did, have you used it? I'm assuming probably yes. Not many people are such hoarders like I am. But if you have purchased some of this makeup from last holiday season, what have been some of your favorites over the past year? Or were there things that you bought because you really were excited? And I know like at Christmas time, there's so many new collections, so many new products. The excitement really gets to you and you're like, it's a Christmas collection, I have to have it. And then maybe some things are kind of flops. So I'm really curious, what have you bought from Christmas collections that you really liked? And what have you bought from Christmas collections that were maybe not so great? But anyways, thank you so much for spending spending part of your day with me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It lets me know you like this type of video so I can keep doing it. And if you have not yet subscribed, now's your chance. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button, join the fam bam, come back. I have tons of new videos coming out all of the time, testing out new makeup, as well as maybe some more videos playing with some older makeup that I have never used before. So if that sounds fun, be sure you subscribe and ring the notification bell so you get notified every single time that I upload. Thank you so much again. I love you all. Bye.